can't be free. Everybody wanna judge, say I'm a thug, I'm a player, I'm a simple, why I can't be me? When I walk up in the store, all the Karens get to staring at me. Put my heart in my music, it's still on my sleeve. Everybody been portrayed.
So fam, what's the word? It's your boy Trey Montana. It is now episode 6 of the Soulful Thoughts blog, and today we're gonna be talking about energy, specifically the masculine and feminine energies, how to balance them out and live more in harmony with each other. Because as we know nowadays, men and women, we struggling to see eye to eye, to understand each other, and just to live in harmony and everything, right? And first, let's speak on the definitions of these terms, because a lot of people get, masculine and feminine energy mixed up with societal's definition of what a man and woman is. So first off, masculine energy is purely just logical expression. Anytime you're using logic over emotion, you tapping into the masculine energy. You vibing in your higher chakras. You being high vibrational at the time, which is not good or bad. Feminine energy is emotional expression. Observing your internal world. And processing emotions and stuff like that. Vibing low. Your spirit is vibing in your lower chakras when you're dealing with your emotional world and everything, and looking at things from an emotional standpoint. And vibing low is not bad, like everyone thinks. You feel me? There's no such thing as good or bad. We all need balance with pretty much everything in life. So, I hear a lot of women nowadays saying that men need to be more masculine. I hear a lot of men saying that women need to be more feminine. When in reality, we all need a decent balance of both of these energies in order to understand the opposite sex and be a complete whole person. You feel me? So if you're a masculine person, you have to simply tap into your feminine side a little more and be willing to process emotions and connect with people on a more emotional basis. Because if you vibe out too high, if you vibe out too much into your higher chakras and you think logical all the time, it can have you come off as emotionally unavailable, or you'll only be thinking about logical ways to get what you want at the situation. Because in order to do something for someone else, you have to be tapped into the feminine energy to be, aware of someone else's emotions to do something for them. So if you think illogical all the time, you're going to be very self-centered. Now, you can also be self-centered with feminine energy too. So being extreme on either polar shift is, it can turn out negative. But sticking to the logical standpoint for now, being too logical can you can end up turning into a narc, a manipulator, a user, and just an emotionally unavailable person. So if you logical, you need to do things that you can do to tap more into your emotional side and have more patience. Because another thing with the logical energy is very little patience within it. We want to get straight to the point when we think logically, straight to the solution. And that's cool to a certain extent, but you also have to be able to tap into the to the other side of things as well when it's time to especially when it's time to emotionally connect with someone, or if it's time to process anything that you actually been through personally. You can't just observe everything you've been through from a logical standpoint. You have to go through these emotional phases and deal with the emotions from these experiences to fully get past them. So if you're a logical thinker, you probably never really face your demons. You don't never really just go sit to yourself and just just envision all the traumas you've been through and try to come up with a better perspective on them. You probably never want to do that because you don't want to face emotions. A lot of guys, women complain that we don't want to face our emotions, right? That we try to hide our emotions, right? So and that's toxic masculinity. So it is a such thing as being too masculine, and if you ask me, I would say most guys actually need to be a little more feminine nowadays in order for us to live more in harmony. So for my masculine people, logical people, over logical people, you guys probably need a little more patience in your life in order to fully be able to tap into your feminine energy and be able to process emotions. It takes patience, so I would suggest you guys do activities that involve patience, such as meditation. Meditation pretty much helps with everything. And then it doesn't even have to be an activity that involves patience. Whatever activity you do, be open to not being in your head so much with logical thoughts and just enjoy the experience. Like, instead of thinking like, For example, a lot of people put everything on social media. Instead of every time you go out, you trying to, first thing you think is to put something on social media. You actually vibe out and enjoy the experience. You feel me? And just process the energy within that experience. That's you tapping into your feminine energy. The more that you do this, the more that you gonna understand, especially for my guys, the more that y'all gonna understand a woman when she's in her feminine natures, especially when she's in her hyper feminine natures, toxic femininity natures, when they, you know, when they tend to start being passive aggressive with their, you know, with any problem they might have with you or whatever. Anytime a woman is nagging you or being passive aggressive in any way, fellas, it is not just because they want to start something, because they just want some chaos. It's not, that's not what it is. Well, if they a good woman anyway, if they any type of, you know, any type of logical woman at all, you feel me, it's not gonna be just to start no shit. It's gonna be more than likely because you lacking in some certain area in y'all relationship. And because a lot of the times with us guys, we'll get caught up into, you know, working, paying the bills, and all the logical things that come with life. We'll forget to cater to our woman's emotions. And women are always gonna react to that in a negative way. You feel me? Because you can't forget to cater to your woman's emotions, man. You just can't do it. So my advice is to be a little more spontaneous. Be like, use y'all logical energy to be a little more spontaneous and cater to your woman's emotions. Like, think of ways to make sure that she's straight emotionally. Like, whether it's buying flowers randomly, random massages, weekly conversations, just checking in on how the relationship going. Like, just check in with your lady. Like, you know, do you feel like we had a good point in our relationship? Have I been playing my part the right way? Check in with them, you know, and because that's how you lead the relationship in a more healthy masculine way. You know, trying to just lead the relationship in a way where, you know, you just paying the bills and everything, but every time your woman getting her feelings, you coming at it in a, it's like you get feminine, toxic feminine with her, because you will see her and her feelings being passive aggressive, and you will just attack because you feel like she's trying to start something. I used to have this problem, and we'll just attack because we think they trying to start something instead of really trying to see the source of their actions. Because women aren't, you know, they aren't straightforward creatures like us. You know, with us, when we have a problem, we pretty much gonna, you know, speak on it. You know, we just gonna speak on it. With women, they more so, you know, internal creatures. So they like to deal with their, they like to process what's going on internally and hope that you can peep it externally and you know, and be a leader and solve what they got going on. That's really what they be hoping, and hoping that they don't have to. But I'm gonna get to that in a second on how women need to, you know, be, you know, because that's toxic femininity right there. Y'all got to stop that shit a little bit, you know, like, y'all got to be a little more straightforward when you got a problem with someone, because that's just ridiculous. But at the same time, men, if your woman is doing that, as the logical leader, you're supposed to know how to logically handle that situation and cater to her emotion. Now, for my hyper feminine people, y'all got to stop getting absorbed into y'all emotions, obviously, especially y'all natural impulse reaction to situations. Because, you know, being too absorbed into your lower chakras and not, you know, coming up with logical perspectives on situation, that's what leads to depression, anxiety, and stuff like that. So for my people out there, and y'all know if y'all hyper feminine, for my people out there that's hyper feminine, when something doesn't go your way, processing the emotions is fine. That's actually the first thing to do. So y'all be on point at first. The problem is y'all stay in that frequency too long, because after a little while of processing the emotions, you're supposed to be trying to think of ways to get out of that emotion now. Like, you're supposed to be thinking of logical ways to get out of whatever negative emotion you are in. Like, women, if y'all have a problem with something your man is doing in a relationship, okay, it's nothing wrong with processing the fact, like, okay, he's slipping right now, and there's nothing wrong with processing the emotion from that. But at the same time, don't allow yourself to just get absorbed. I mean, you're not helping your partner at all just by having a problem with it. You know, like, that's not helping them at all. Sitting up there being passive aggressive, nagging, that's not helping them at all. You're not doing nothing but causing trouble. So the second you realize your partner slipping and you processing, you probably getting a little frustrated, you starting to realize you getting frustrated. Now it's time to come up with a logical perspective on how you can present to your partner that they slipping at the moment, instead of just, you know, allowing yourself to stay frustrated. You know, like, why would you do that? You feel me? So on both sides of the spectrum, we all need to check ourselves, look in the mirror, and stop being too absorbed into our natural energies. And stop, you know, basically stop being comfortable, because that's really what we're doing. We comfortable doing the things that we do. We gotta get a little more uncomfortable and start observing our own actions a little more. You feel me? And seeing if seeing the way that we act is actually productive. You feel me? Vibing low, not bad. Vibing high, not good. We need a balance of both. You know, so on either spectrum, because this video finna be a little short today, family. On either spectrum of the side, we all need, you know, balancing in order for things to work out. Being too feminine will have you too absorbed into the emotions of the moment. You won't get to the solution. Being too logical, you won't process the emotions. You might come up with a solution for the situation, but if something, you know, whatever happened to you, you probably not gonna fully emotionally get past it. You're gonna have a whole bunch of bottled up shit in your mind, and that can lead to depression. Or and sitting up there being too feminine and being too absorbed into emotions also can lead to depression. You feel me? So either way it go, we all need to chill, man, and stop being so, you know, judgmental on each other, and try to understand each other a little more. You feel me? But yeah, to summarize it up, if you too masculine, start doing certain activities to help you tap into the feminine energy, such as energies that require patience, fishing, meditating. If you are doing an activity, you know, that doesn't require patience, enjoy the moment from it. Just enjoy the moment. Stop trying to, you know, always logically observe a situation. Just allow yourself to stop thinking so much. If you meditate and master meditation, you're gonna be able to do this a lot easier. You feel me? For the hyper feminine people, stop getting so absorbed into your emotions. You know, start coming up with logical solutions after you know that you have processed your emotions. Come up with logical solutions. Do not just allow yourself to stay drowned into these emotions until, you know, the person that whoever you trying to throw these emotions towards sees that you got a problem and somehow figures out a way to solve them. That's playing games. You feel me? If you have a problem with your partner, speak up. You feel me? And fellas, if your partner is you know, being hyper feminine at the moment, as a logical leader, you're supposed to be able to try to get them to speak up to you, and y'all try to you know, logically solve that situation. Take the unnecessary emotion away from it. You feel me? Remember, the mind is not you. You created your mind. Stop allowing yourself to get emotionally attached to things that do not serve you. Oh yeah, family. Here go my message at the end. So fellas, I wanted to speak on this too. If you tap into your feminine energy, I guarantee you it's gonna make you better in the bedroom. Because the main problem that guys be having in the bedroom is we approach the situation too logically. And, you know, be too quick to get to the end goal, the nut, right? Just be too quick to get to that end goal, when sex is not supposed to be about getting an orgasm or getting a nut. It's not supposed to be about that. It's supposed to be, you know, enjoying your partner's energies. You feel me? Like, you know, that's really what it's about. Like, sharing energies and harmonizing y'all energies in a physical way. That's really what sex is about. So you supposed to be trying to, man, take your time as possible. Take as much, you know, take your time and enjoy the experience, my boy. Like, make sure you please your partner, you know, whole body, whole mind. You know, make sure you please their mind, body, and soul. Basically what I'm saying. Don't just rush to penetrate. You feel me? Take your time and enjoy your partner. You feel me? And just admire their body, you know, the energy they have, and just, you know, just admire it, my boy. And if you tap into this energy, it's gonna make everything better. Your stroke game, everything is gonna be better. Trust me. You feel me? And one more thing I want to touch on with the feminine energy. Y'all have to, when y'all are processing emotions, don't forget to think about the other person's emotions. You feel me? Because that's what I forgot to speak on, how being absorbed into your emotions can make you selfish. A lot of feminine people, y'all be okay, yeah, y'all know how to process emotions from an experience, but y'all don't know how to process somebody else's emotions. Because if y'all did, y'all wouldn't be doing these passive aggressive, you know, nagging, killing the peace type of actions. You feel me? So don't forget to always, women, don't forget to think about your man's feelings. I know, a lot of men, we don't show our feelings, but we do have them. Please do not forget that your man's feelings matter too. Because I know I spent most of this video talking about catering to women's emotions. Men need their emotions catered to too, women. You feel me? So don't forget to think about logical ways where you can cater to your man's emotions, just like the man has to do vice versa. You feel me? Now, Trey Montana signing out, family.